Motorsport 411 presents
all the four- and two-wheeled action.
Motorsport 411 with Sean Cardovillis.
Welcome to Motorsport 411, your home for all your four- and two-wheel action in Africa. Coming up in this episode, there were rallies in Uganda and Kenya. We'll get updates from journalist Rob Stiles across the border, and Anthony Nielsen, who was the winner of the Mombasa-based event. And we find out about the head-to-head Motorkhana Tarmac event that took place in Naivasha with the chairman of Delta Motorsports, Umang, Soni.
All the four- and two-wheeled action. Motorsport 411.
Welcome to the show. So a rally was held in Uganda last week, and it was won by Yasin Nasser and Ali Katumba. Let's find out all about it with Motorsports journalist Rob Stiles. Rob, thank you so much for joining us on Motorsport 411. There was a rally held over the weekend, Yasin Nasser winning the event. Give us more details.
Yeah, we had a rally over the weekend, and this was the NRC 4 of the Uganda National Rally Championship. The event was sponsored by Moe, and it was called Moe EMC Jinja Rally. And yes, it was a very good and fantastic event. We could credit Yasin Nasser again, driving a Ford Fiesta R5 co-driven by Ali Katumba. You could say they really displayed some good pace over the weekend to make it 3 out of 4 events. In the second place, we saw Ronald Sevuguzi bouncing back, actually after some good pace also, and he tried to push the car, the Proto. Actually, Ronald Sevuguzi driving a Ford Fiesta Proto. He really pushed it at the super special stage. An unexpected performance from Peter Carole. I think it was his second podium ever since he started rallying way back. I think that was 2007 around. So you can see it's been quite some long time. And he has been a driver fighting from down there. Driving a Subaru XV, he managed to push up to the podium after, should we call it bad luck, or the unfortunate moment of Byron Rugomoka, who dropped out in the second day. And then Innocent Wamiki, who had bounced back on the podium position after very fantastic performance on day one. Innocent Wamiki also did not come out of the last stage, yet he had a very good chance of occupying the third podium. So Innocent driving a Mitsubishi Evo 9, I think most of the guys saw him actually fighting for the ARC points in part of Africa Uganda Rally, and he will be going out in Burundi. I guess Burundi is the next event on the African Rally Championship. So he will be going up to Burundi, he will be doing Rwanda 2 and Tanzania. I mean, you would be seeing more of Innocent Wamiki, a guy from Uganda, driving the remaining events of the ARC apart from Zambia. So he was trying to get his first point. So it was very unfortunate for him. Mubiru Duncan, one of the darlings here, and was highly rated maybe, or expected maybe, to put a challenge over Yasin Nasser. He dropped out on day one. I think we were at super special stage. He got issues with the car. There was a cable which burnt, and the car switched off the whole system, so he could not go further. They went to the service park, tried to fix the car, but failed. And that was the rally, as I can say.
Rob, it looks like Yasin Nasser with his Rally 2 car, and of course with help from Karan Patel's team, head and shoulders above everybody at the moment. It looks like he's very, very difficult to beat in the national championship.
Yeah, that's all we can say, because it's the only Rally 2 we have here, and it's the most powerful car, obviously. And when you look at the way Yasin is driving, you know, he can keep the pace. He's clean. He keeps the car on the road. So I would say Yasin could be already the champion, because now it looks like he's looking for only one win. If he gets those 100 points, then that means Yasin would be already a champion, because it's Duncan Mubiru now in second position still. However, he did not finish the rally. And I think that gives Yasin Nasser a chance already to win the championship. And I see him dominating the whole season. However, looks like he's going to drive a GVB in the next event. Of course, we have International Rally of Burundi so close to our national championship round, which is coming up next. The fifth round, which is going to be in Masaka, it will only be actually space of 3 days, and then we move to Burundi. So that means Yasin Nasser will opt for the GVB and get the Rally 2 car ready for International Rally of Burundi.
Fantastic. Rob Stiles, motorsports journalist in Uganda, thank you so much for joining us on Motorsport 411.
All right, thank you so much, Sean, for hosting me again in the studios.
We'll be back.
All the 4 and 2-wheeled action. Motorsport 411. Motorsport 411.
So welcome back. Now, a Clubman rally was held at the coast over the weekend, which was won by Anthony Nielsen and Riaz Ismail. Anthony, thank you so much for joining us on Motorsport 411. Congratulations. This is actually your first win, this Clubman rally.
Yes, thank you, Sean. Thank you. Yes, it is my first win. It's been waiting for this, been hungry for this win for a while, so it came on the right time.
You're with Riaz. How was it between the two of you?
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was our first time together. We kind of like had to rearrange the team, and I had to look for a good navigator, and so I approached Riaz, and he was keen to try. And so this was the first time we were sitting together, and it went so smooth. It's like we've been sitting together for the last 5 years.
The event was organized by the Mombasa Motor Club, part of their Clubman Rally series. They're very active down at the coast, huh?
Yes, it's very good, and that's why we joined also Mombasa Motorsports Club. Coming from Taita, Voi, it's not that far, it's a couple of hours for us. And these guys are very keen. They've got lucky, they've got a nice piece of land there, donated by Mombasa Cement. So it's really nice that we are able to go there and do what we like to do.
Anto, tell us what you do, when you're not rallying.
Yeah, I'm the general manager of Taita Estate. We the largest sisal farm in the world, and I look after that. And we also have a lodge called the Hildana Lodge here at the estate, that's part of my work.
And of course, there are lots of routes out there. It was used during the Equator Rally.
Yes, we've been lucky that guys have been able to come down here. We have a lot of routes here. As you know, in a sisal estate, there's quite a lot of roads. But it's also beautiful grounds here, so it's not just square, like flat out and just a corner, flat out, just a corner. We have some beautiful hills here. We've been lucky to host a couple of rallies, and recently was the Equator Rally.
What are your plans in terms of rallying?
Well, to be honest, Sean, we are quite far out from everybody else, and, coming to do a KNRC, for example, just in Nairobi, it takes about 4 days off my work plans and stuff. It's quite difficult. I mean, what we are looking at is probably doing 2-3 events a year, to be honest.
I guess also budgets come into it, huh?
Yeah, budget comes into it big time, and as well as time. But yeah, it's becoming so expensive to do this. You save a little bit of money and then you go and play once in a while. But we're also very keen on the classic as well. So Philip Kiriazi, the owner of Taita Estate, and myself, we've entered 2 Ford Escorts, and that's more, that's a 10-day rally, so that will suit us better.
Fantastic! You must be really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I am. I've done it before with Ian. I've sat with as a navigator 3 times, and I like it. It's an endurance event, and you get to go around the whole country. So it's just lovely, and really good people that come to do it. And I see this year the numbers are increasing, so it's really looking forward to that.
Finally, Anto, how much of a boost was that victory for you?
It was a big boost because I kind of lost a bit of confidence in myself a little bit after the Equator Rally. I felt like things were not working, and also on the preparation side as well as on the driving side and navigating side, it kind of, gave me a dip. And being able to come back and do this was fantastic. Obviously, the changes that we've been making, the fitness trainings, the mechanics, the navigator, everything has just come together now.
All right, thanks very much. Anthony Nielsen, the winner of the Clubman Rally organised by the Mombasa Motor Club. Thank you so much for joining us on Motorsports 411.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you. Always a pleasure.
Now, a tarmac racing event was held in Naivasha at the Service Park over the weekend. It's called the Head-To-Head Motorkhana. Let's find out all about it with the chairman of Delta Motorsports, Umang Soni. Umang, thank you very much for speaking to us on Motorsport 411. Congratulations, a very successful event in Naivasha over the weekend.
Thank you very much, Sean. Yes, indeed, we had a great event in Naivasha this past weekend. We had good numbers that turned up. We had representatives from KMSF and the other club that joined us for the event as well. So I would say it was a good round for sure.
All right, good to see Club TT there as well, joining up with Delta Motorsport. I can see one of the key people behind the scenes, Jason Wood, bringing a lot of the drivers together.
Yeah, I mean, Jason Wood has been there in Motorsports for quite some time. And he has been attending quite a lot of our events in the past. And, he has been seeing what we are trying to do as Delta Motorsports, and he understands the whole idea behind it. All the drivers, everybody accepts and understands we have to have some sort of safety levels and all this sort of thing. So they are now coming to understand what we've been trying to do. So he came in and supported quite well this weekend. Club TT joined us. It has been our initiative this year to try and bring all the clubs together. We are sensitizing and explaining to everybody that what is the need for these kind of sanctioned events, getting the permits from KMSF and everything. So people are now understanding, and it's not only the clubs to understand, right? It's also the participants to understand. So they have been successful in making sure that the drivers do understand. Even they do face issues with some of the drivers who follow them and take part in their events, to be able to understand what is the need for all of this. So we have taken a step forward this year to bring everybody together in Tarmac, and hopefully in the future we'll be able to build more and more different championships within the Tarmac discipline, because we have different kinds of formats. We have the circuit, we have the drags, we have another upcoming sport that is coming up known as the drifting. We had chat with some of the guys who were there over the weekend, and they have gathered quite a huge number who are interested in this new sport. The only problem is, building the right full cars, and they're actually getting there pretty quickly.
Now, it looked like a fantastic venue, the Service Park in Naivasha. How did it go on the track? Who were the winners in the head-to-head?
So we had the two classes this year we're running, the two-wheel drive and the four-wheel drive. In two-wheel drive, we had Moses, who is a very, very talented driver, and he's done extremely well for a two-wheel drive. So he was position 1. We had David Googie, who has been doing well in the championship this year in two-wheel drive class, driving the Colt. But Moses Wenwa did a really, really good job. He had a very solid time on a two-wheel drive, coming very close to the four-wheel drive. So that was actually pretty good. And he's a very talented upcoming driver. In the four-wheel drive, we had Lovejoy Singh, who has been doing lots of autocrosses and a couple of rallies. So he has been taking part in the championship this year. He took position 1 in the four-wheel drive class. I took part this time around. I'm not taking part in the championship this year, but I just decided to end up taking part on the day from being a service car. I came second position, and we had third position as Sarmad. Sarmad is also a very good upcoming driver, very aggressive, and we can see him. He started racing sometime last year in November, and has been doing really, really well. We had Leroy, who is leading the championship this year. Unfortunately, he came fourth position, but he's also a very, very good driver, solid driver. So these are the drivers who are doing really well in the Tarmac Championship.
What type of cars and which ones impressed you?
So Subarus took the day on this event, especially in the four-wheel drive class. They've been doing really, really well. We had a few Volkswagen Golfs. They also did pretty well as well. Moses actually driving the two-wheel drive, like I said, came close to the four-wheel drive times. So he did a wonderful job having only two-wheel, being able to pull up good times as well. So the Volkswagen, the Subarus, and we had a couple of other cars as well.
All right. Thanks very much. The chairman of Delta Motorsport, Umang Soni. Thank you very much for speaking to us on Motorsport 411.
No worries at all. Thank you also for the opportunity. It's always great catching up.
We'll be back.
Motorsports 411 with Sean Cardovillis.
So that's it for the show this week. Our thanks once again to Rob Styles, Anthony Nielsen and Umang Soni. Our thanks as always to Big City Studio. I'm Sean Cardovillis. See you next week.